Hello everyone, and χαρασιμήν και ειρήνη, grace to you and peace. This is part 13 in my series Jesus is God, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at two verses, Matthew 4:10 and Revelation 19:10. Matthew 4:10 reads in the Greek, τότε λέγει αὐτῷ ο Ἰησοῦς, ὑπαγε σατανᾶ, γέγραπται κύριον τον θεόν σου προσκυνήσεις και αὐτοῦ μόνται λατρεύσεις. And in English, then Jesus said to him, Go, Satan, for it is written, You shall worship the Lord your God and serve him only. Now, the first question is, what verse in the Old Testament is being quoted here? I believe this is a summary of commandments in Exodus 20, verses 2 through 5. I am the Lord your God, in verse 2. You shall have no other gods before me, in verse 3. And you shall not worship them or serve them, in verse 5. Thus, worship is restricted to Yahweh Eloheka, or Kyrios o Theosu, or the Lord your God. Now, a quick note on the word worship. In the Greek, this is proskyneo, and in the Hebrew, it is shachah. Both words are roughly equivalent on a one-to-one basis, and can mean either to prostrate oneself before a superior or out of honor, or religious worship. The meaning in view in Matthew 4:10 and Exodus 20, verses 2 through 5, is clearly religious worship. Now, let's take a look at a situation where this command is inadvertently violated. Revelation 19:10, which reads in the Greek, και ἔπεσα ἐμπρόσθεν των ποδῶν αὐτοῦ, προσκυνῆσαι αὐτῷ, και λέγει ωρα με, συνδουλός σου ἐμι, και των ἀδελφῶν σου, τον ἐχόντων των μαρτυρίαν Ἰησοῦ, το θεόν προσκυνήσον. And in English, then I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said to me, Do not do that. I am a fellow servant of yours and your brethren who hold the testimony of Jesus. Worship God. The Apostle John here starts to worship an angel, perhaps because he has overcome with the vision he has seen or he is confused, but the angel quickly corrects him and reminds him that worship is only to be directed to God. Therefore, it is clear from these verses that only God is to be worshipped. Now, the following verses show that Jesus was worshipped, and there was never any correction issued or any indication that this is a violation of the commandment that only God is to be worshipped. The Magi worshiped Jesus in Matthew 2:2. Where is he who was born King of the Jews? For we saw his star in the east, and we have come to worship him. Matthew 2:11. After coming into the house, they saw the child with Mary his mother, and they fell to the ground and worshipped him. The disciples worshiped Jesus in Matthew 14:33. And those who were in the boat worshipped him, saying, You certainly are God's son. Luke 24:52. And they, after worshipping him, returned to Jerusalem with great joy. And Matthew 28:9, And behold, Jesus met them and greeted them, and they came up and took hold of his feet and worshipped him. The man born blind worshipped Jesus in John 9:38. And he said, Lord, I believe, and he worshipped him. And the angels worshipped Jesus in Hebrews 1:6. And when he again brings the firstborn into the world, he says, And let all the angels of God worship him. Therefore, only God is to be worshipped. Jesus is worshipped. Therefore, Jesus is God. Thank you, and Evcharisto.